Okay, engine stop. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Company today. Let me get that plural out of there. More on these stories right now. KTRH.com. Our next news update will be at the top of the hour.
40, understand all of the facts. KTRH.
I do believe that it is taught. I know in the public education system, we are specifically told, history is best is to latch on to it because they're looking to be part of a movement, or they feel that they themselves are a failure and they don't want to believe that it's them. They want to believe that it's the failure, and they don't want to believe that it's them. They want to believe that the effect is individuals are being squashed in the tyranny. Every day, anytime I write a piece that can be somewhat considered controversial, I have to...
What other people think, right? We just care about, we know what we believe in, and we're going to stick with our belief.
Have conviction in your belief when you live by your own code or by your own rules or the American ideology. But when people are specifically coming or the American ideology, but when people are specifically coming able to go to school and not be ridiculed, they want people to basically be tarred and feathered in a public for some sense of I've been victimized too long. I think a lot of it comes from that place. I don't know if it's conscious or not, but there are so many people who plus this about, you can't wear that on Halloween, and I'm like, you're just mad because you did it and you feel bad.
Yeah, interesting. Jessica, good to talk to you. Thank you. Jessica Marie Baumgartner from the Epic Times here on News Radio 740 KTRH. Coming up, your .com traffic center.
All right, your vocab word for the morning is ponding. We need to watch out for that. We've got heavy weather and slow going. I've got your wet traffic in 2 minutes. Sky Mike, the Gulf Coast Windows.com 24-hour traffic center.
This report is sponsored by Lansdowne Moody. Lansdowne Moody hitting the ground running with a whole lot of Kubota Rim deals. Snack a great buy on compact, subcompact, utility, and full-size. Lansdowne Moody hitting the ground running with a whole lot of Kubota Rim deals. Snack a great buy on compact, subcompact, utility, and full-size at lmtractor.com. The business is never just another day. Every day is the day. They can bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Business, powering possibilities.
Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution starting at just $64.90 a month for 12 months with a 2-year system supply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second service and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge requires Comcast Business Internet. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Office is located at 1 Sugar Creek Center, Sugar Land, Texas.
Have you thought about refinancing while rates are still low? Hi, it's Courtney from Baker Mortgage. Deals that could be eliminated or avoided with a cash-out refinance. It's not about increase. It's time to take a serious look and see what you can do. There are lots of reasons to refinance, but just looking at the rate or looking at the payment alone won't tell you if it's a good deal. If it puts you in a better financial position for the long term, that's a good deal. And at Baker Mortgage, that's the only kind we do. Remember, we want to help you, but we're not going to help you over a cliff. For all of your mortgage needs, call us at Baker Mortgage. I promise you'll be glad you did. 313-MOVE or go directly to bakermortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, license 263213. And now, a pause for the pledge. With our nation's Pledge of Allegiance, here's Jimmy Barrett. I pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. This is News Radio Houston's Morning News. I'm Jimmy Barrett along with Sheriff Fryer. Among our top stories, why the left hates America and how they show it. NASA's new recruiting pitch, that looks pretty woke. And coming up at 6:08, another TV reporter who wants to talk to Project Veritas. Details of the minutes ahead. You're on Houston's Morning News. First, we're going to check out your morning drive with Sky Mike.
We are sluggish all over town, but I could use a little help on this 290 wreck at Antoine. It's on the inbound. It's tough to see it. It's the left lane, and you want to watch out for Pinemont on the inbound. You can also see that it's slowing us down an extra 4 to 5 minutes coming in from Jersey Village. I'm Sky Mike on the GulfCoastWindows.com 24-hour traffic center.
From our KTRH Top Tax Defenders 24-hour weather center, some thunderstorms with a high of 88 for today. More storms in the forecast probably for this afternoon. And
on the inbound, you can also see that it's slowing us down an extra 4 to 5 minutes coming in from Jersey Village. I'm Sky Mike on the GulfCoastWindows.com 24-hour traffic center.
From our KTRH Top Tax Defenders 24-hour weather center, some thunderstorms with a high of 88 for today. More storms in the forecast probably for this afternoon and tomorrow and maybe even Thursday. We'll check that out with Terry Smith at the Weather Channel in about 9 minutes. Right now, 78 at your official severe weather station, News Radio 740 KTRH. It's time now for the news. Here's Sheriff Fryer.
It's 6:01 on News Radio 740 KTRH. This news is sponsored by TexasLending.com. Our top story this hour, the radical left and for a racist. And here's KTRH's Jeff Biggs.
Yeah, Sharon, to get their followers to buy into this socialism plan, they now call America a failed experiment.
I just have to shake my head. And when people tell me, well, America...
Race theory, that's Jessica Marie Baumgartner of the Epoch Times, who says because of the constant criticism and reverse racism, many of these leftists have completely lost the fact that we live in the greatest country in the history of the world.
This country gives people so many opportunities. There's that.
And she says a lot of these leftists also believe they want to be a...
From a group claiming to be a nonpartisan social ecosystem. 6:03 is our time. Former President Donald Trump speaking out.
More like that is the case. I mean, people are going to have to make a determination as to what's going to happen.
Yesterday we told you about 200,000 votes reportedly. Yesterday we told you about 200,000 votes reportedly missing in Maricopa County. Counted and now unaccounted for. We have the entire Trump interview at KTRH.com. 6:04 is our time. NASA once again, less interested in space than in race. Under Biden, launching another new campaign of racial equity.
To use science, data, and technology to advance equity.
To shatter boundaries and break down barriers across America.
That's a recruiting ad from NASA there. Gabe Kaminsky with the Federalist. And of course, the Pentagon into our military services.
Conservatives need to stop being so shocked about critical race theory, and they need to be more so appalled because this is happening ubiquitously. It's happening in every institution, and it's time to take action.
Take action to push it back. NASA says the new mission, Equity, is aimed at removing systemic barriers and helping underserved communities. It is now 6:04. NCAA losing in the Supreme Court that ruled that colleges away by the High Court was unanimous. 6:05. Conservatives again left feeling empty after the U.S. Supreme Court rules once more to keep Obamacare in place.
The session overall was seen as a victory for conservatives, but not on some of the more high-profile cases. Giancarlo Canaparo is a legal fellow.
To zero out the mandate, but it left it in place. A judge who was being faithful to the law really couldn't have just struck down. Congress made it pretty clear they thought the act could survive without the mandate.
He says it's important to remember what conservatives stand for.
Conservatives remain very attentive to the limits on power, and what that means is that you're not going to see sweeping conservative policy delivered through the courts because it's just anathema to the conservative vision that power is inherently dangerous.
And he says if we let conservative justices impose their will on the rest of the country, we have no ground to stand on when liberals try to do it. Nick Rankovich, News Radio 740 KTRH.
It's now 6:06. Are you disappointed in the rulings by this conservative Supreme Court? That's our poll question today. Go to KTRH.com and the Houston's Morning News page. An NFL player taking heat for his stance on COVID vaccines. Buffalo Bills wide receiver Cole Beasley said he'd rather retire than be forced to take a COVID shot, and the left is skewering him. Clay Travis, who started his new show with Buck Sexton on KTRH yesterday, says that Beasley's got it right, though. The NFL's requirements are too heavy-handed.
They're afraid of the blue checkmark brigade members coming after them and saying you aren't taking COVID serious enough and wagging their fingers at them. It's all cosmetic theater.
Yep, they started it up yesterday. Listen to Clay Travis and Buck Sexton show. It's weekday. Now 6:07. We've got most commercial construction contractors pretty upbeat now about their business in the second half of 2021, despite the fact that 88% say they don't have enough workers. 35% say the shortages have led them to turn down work. U.S. Chamber of Commerce economist Curtis Dubé says renovating current office space alone is going to pay off for them.
In general, the needs of the office space will be different, where I think they'll book internally different than they booked pre-pandemic.
Yeah, Dubé says worker shortages in the construction industry, they're going to vanish when the supplementary unemployment income goes away. 6:07 is our time. The Astros blew out Baltimore 10.
People is dancing to my pickup.